Hey everybody, hope you are having a great day. In today's video, I am going to be going over Google AdWords and how does Google rank your Google AdWords? What do you need to know about it? And it is not just about how much you're willing to pay for that click. So make sure you stick around to the end because I have an amazing offer for you, which I am announcing at the end of this video. So let's dive right on into it and start talking about what Google wants to see. So when running your Google ad campaign, Google is looking for these 5 criteria. They're looking for, of course, how much you're willing to pay. How much you're willing to pay per click is definitely an essential part of them putting it in their formula, but it is not the all and be all. So a lot of companies who have monetary power, let's call it, can drown out their competition by just paying a lot. You know, they can add a lot of money to per click. They're willing to pay a high click per or cost per click. And what that's going to do is it's going to incentivize Google to put that ad, closer to the front, closer to the position number 1. But the reason they're willing to do this is because they're willing to lose money on clients or cost per leads initially to just gain all the attention and have long-term success by having everybody, brand awareness. People go to them because they're always seeing them. So not every company can do this. And while, yes, that's a good strategy, if you can do it and you can take that loss up front, it's not always the best strategy because there's ways to mix both, get the both of best worlds. So these other criteria are definitely things you're going to want to check out. So ad quality, the relevance, and extensions is the first criteria besides paying, which we're going to want to go over. So the ad quality and relevance and extension. So how relevant and what is the quality of the page you're sending them to? Is there quality on there? Is there actual good information? Google looks at these things. They have softwares, they have AI in place to make sure that, if someone searches for, social media management, they're going to want to make sure that they're putting ads up that are looking to solve that problem for their client, who is the person who's searching on Google. So is it relevant? Is it meeting the search terms? I mean, if they search social media management and they take them to an ad that has nothing to do with managing their social media, and maybe it's just a social media blog post, that's not going to be that relevant. And, it wouldn't look good on Google. So making sure you're picking keywords that are actually in line with what you're trying to sell and promote is definitely very important. And that's how you get the quality and relevance. Of course, having a quality landing page and place that you're taking them to is just assumed. I'm assuming that you're not going to run an ad if you can't actually fulfill the service that you're looking to fulfill. And extensions. So Google will try out new things with their ad platform and send out extensions. And a way to think about this is when Google launches a new product or a new extension of their service, they want to see if it works. So using those and testing those for Google, you can get rewarded for that. So they want you to engage. They want you to try them out. And that can also help boost you up and get you closer to page 1, if not in the first position. Number 3, the expected click-through rate. So if you've been running ads for a long time, Google's going to have some history on you, and they're going to understand what your click-through rate is, and they're going to take that from past campaigns on that keyword and kind of analyze, well, they have a high click-through rate, so we'll put them up because if an ad has a high click-through rate, that is a good thing. Well, it can be a double-edged sword, really. But if they have a high click-through rate, Google is assuming that it's valuable. Because if it has a high click rate, it means people are searching for something, they're finding their solution and clicking on that ad because it's valuable. So They want ads that get clicked more to be closer to the first page. Now, where it can be a double-edged sword is if there's not a lot of time landed on that landing page, which is going to be number 4 that we're going to be talking about. But if they go on the landing page and quickly click off, that's going to be a detriment. So it's going to work against you if that's the case. So it's going to have a high click-through rate, but it's going to have a really low landing page experience. So obviously the goal is to have both. And once you have both, it really optimizes it and looks good on Google's end. Because again, Google's a business. Google provides a service, a search engine, and their client is people who use that search engine. So ensuring that they're putting good quality content and solving problems for their clients is really all they care about. So you creating that solution for Google to put in front of the person searching helps them do that. So Google really wants to make sure that you have value behind what you're putting out as an ad, and that's what they want to look for. Number 4, landing page experience. So one of the biggest no's, and I see this all the time, is people will put an ad and then they'll direct the ad straight to their website. And that's not good. That's a no-no. In my opinion, as a digital marketing consultant, that is a no-no. What we want to do is we want to narrow their focus in and bring them to a landing page. So let me give you an example. So if we're searching for, let's just say we're searching for golf clubs. Well, if you search for golf clubs and you have an ad that says, you know, let's just say it has Bridgestone hot summer sale or something, and someone doesn't know what Bridgestone is and they're looking for golf clubs, they're not going to be that well informed and they're not going to click on that ad. So psychologically, when we're running ads, what we've seen really, really good results on, and other digital marketers contested this as well, is we want to keep it simple. And when we're selling online, the psychology and patterns of humans is, you know, you search golf club, someone is looking to, their action was to search for golf club. So that's what they decided to do. Now, when they are searching that, they're looking to click on a title that says golf club, because that's what they want. That's what they searched. So when we click on golf club, they want to be brought to a page, and this isn't like intentful, this isn't like conscious, this is all subconscious. So they click on golf club and then they go to a landing page that says golf club. Now, the chances of them actually going through that process is so much higher because you're following their language, you're following their patterns, and that's what they want subconsciously. Now, the problem when we go to a website is there's so many options, you know, home, about us, contact us, our free case studies, our past clients, what we're doing now, you know, book an appointment, give us a call, hear this person's story. I mean, it can get pretty clouded. So keeping it simple is very important, because if we bring them to a landing page, golf clubs Winnipeg or golf clubs wherever you're from, they're going to be like, immediately they're going to be like, I'm in the right place. And then maybe you have a video and maybe you are talking about golf clubs, what kind of golf clubs you have, or maybe you have an opt-in that gets them to make a decision where it says, are you looking to buy golf clubs, or are you looking to buy someone a gift or something like that? You know, this is right off the top, guys. So give them an action so they have to click, but it's very simple. It narrows their focus into one decision. So if they're looking to buy, they're going to say, I'm going to click, I'm looking for buying. And then you can start taking them down a funnel to get more information from them and start qualifying them to turn them into a qualified lead. Now, the golf club thing might not be a great example, but I think you get my point as far as starting to hold their hand and take them down a funnel. And once they commit to, and this isn't every person, of course, but over a large quantity of people, once they commit, that was again their decision. So now they're committed to seeing it through. They're more committed to you. They're more committed to wanting to find out what you have to offer. So landing page experiences is huge, and getting people to be retentive and retain that attention, engage with the site, that's going to really boost those numbers up. That was a very long-winded explanation of landing pages. I hope that was valuable. And the last one, content or context of keywords. So again, very similar to number 2 in my opinion, but it's what are they searching and what is the context on your landing page, the context that you're providing them. If they're saying golf clubs, you're not going to be, Google's not going to push an ad that says golf lessons, because they're looking for golf clubs. They're not looking for golf lessons. So if you're providing golf lessons and you're putting your targeted keyword as golf clubs, it's probably not showing up for, on page number 1. So having the context of your keywords very locked in, and then, the title, the description, and the landing page, all using these words as your keywords, and, trial and error, that's obviously a big one. So in your Google Ads account, you can go to your Google Ads, click keywords, click columns, and this is where you can see some information of your keyword, your targeted keyword, your click-through capacity, cost per click, click-through rate, quality of your score, expected click-through rate, your landing page experience, and your ad relevance. Getting these all above average is the goal, absolutely. And then you can kind of see your quality of score of what that keyword is operating, what that campaign's looking like, and you can start tweaking, trial and error from there. Now here's just a breakdown of how this kind of works. And so if you have 4 competitors and you're putting out your ad here, Google is going to take those 5 criterias and they're going to put them all into place. So I'll go back to bidding. So if someone's willing to pay $2 per click, and the competition's only willing to pay $1 per click, but the person who's willing to pay $2 per click doesn't worry about the rest and doesn't really have a good quality of their landing page, takes them right to their website, doesn't really have a good journey for the customer to go down. But ad number 2 or business number 2 is only willing to pay $1 per click, but absolutely crushes it on all the other content and has a really good, click-through rate because people are really finding a good service. They're going down a good journey. Google's actually going to put them in front of someone who's willing to pay more because they're solving problems. Again, solving problems. And that's really, at the end of the day, that's business 101, is if you can solve a problem, people are going to find value in that, and they're going to want to do business. They're going to want to know more because they're going to want that problem solved. So they give you a rank. Now this is all behind the scenes. We don't have this information to be like, my rank is low. But if we focus on these criteria and focus on solving problems, we can adjust, check in, and work our way to page number 1. And that's obviously, if you want a company to handle that for you, that's what I do. I optimize clients to get them to page number 1 with Google Ads, Facebook ads as well, but this is about Google. So if you hire a company, that's one thing you can talk to your team about, get them to watch this video and kind of strategize on how to get to number 1. But if you do it yourself, you can use this information and implement that information right away. So then that's how they do the positions. And, if you don't actually meet their criteria and you're below a certain level, they might not even show your ad at all because Google doesn't want to put out garbage. That's just blunt. It might be hard to hear, but that's just how it is. So if your cost per click is low, you're putting out bad content, Google's going to say, you know what, this isn't even solving a problem. We're just not going to show it. So something to be aware of. Now, drum roll, the big the big news. What I'm doing at Fair Digital Marketing is I am offering a 30-minute free consultation to go over your Google Ads account. So what we can do is we can set up a Zoom, a Google Meets, and share screens. And I'll walk through your Google Ads account with you, going through the settings. And sometimes there's default settings put in place that just shouldn't be there because every industry is different. So you have to go in and you have to manually critique it so you can optimize it best per your industry. And it makes sense, right? So we want to make sure that we take control, we put in the targeting, the targeting options and the specifics that are going to work best for us as business owners. So I'll walk through that with you. We'll discuss keywords, negative words, brief words, targeted words. Some businesses don't even know that there's a difference between a specific target and a broad target. So there's, and you know what, I'll do a different video on this as well. But essentially, if that's interesting to you, there's a link in the description below that will bring you to my calendar. You can book a free, absolutely free Google Ads audit, which is 30 minutes of us walking through your Google Ads account, adjusting settings. So sometimes it's just a minor tweak that is going to make all of the difference to put you on the right path to slowly start getting better results, lowering that cost per click, but at the same time, increasing the quality of the lead. So thanks for watching. Hopefully that's valuable. Again, in the link below, that's where you will find that link that will take you right to your 30-minute free Google Ads audit. Thanks so much. We will talk on the next one. Happy marketing.